Mojo, how do you feel about MCU at this point in time? And Mika, changing pace, have you seen the Dragon Prince series on Netflix? Okay, got two questions here. Let's go with Mika's question. Dragon Prince. I can answer that quickly. No. What is it? Is it a cartoon, or is it like a live action thing? And is it good? Do you like it? Let me know. And for Mojo, how do I feel about the MCU at this point in time? I am pretty excited about the direction of the MCU at this point in time, I gotta say. Have you seen, Mojo, have you seen Thor, Love and Thunder? I will not spoil anything if you have not. And I haven't seen Ms. Marvel, although I probably will soon at some point in time. Oh crap. Yeah. So there are some gaps in my MCU knowledge, but generally speaking, and also we just recently had the San Diego Comic-Con where they were discussing the direction of the MCU, the overall direction and the slate of movies that we have coming up, and I'm excited, guys. I was actually talking about this with Notslide the last time I was streaming, I think. But the direction, the build-up, possibly what we might be getting in the future, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty hyped up. No. Mojo. Mika, Necro Strange from Multiverse of Madness. The Strange thing, the Necro Strange, was amazing. And if I could get a miniature to paint or an action figure of Strange as a zombie wizard, I would get that. That was too funny. It was so good. I loved it. Except Eternals. I watch MCU movies day one for every single one. Wow, big Marvel fan here, big player. Step aside, Mojo. Mojo's a big Marvel fan here. I do not watch them day one, or at least not all the time, but I do try and watch them within the first week or so. Oh, you have a Pop Funko. Ooh. Love and Thunder, not as good, but still decent. Agree. I thought it was good. But not as good as Ragnarok, but still very, very enjoyable. It's, what would you say, Mojo? Would you say that it was maybe a little too silly at times? I think, and now the director, Taika Waititi, comes from comedy, so I guess that's to be expected to a degree. But yeah, there were times where it was like, okay, this is a little silly. But yeah, I still liked it. Very fun movie. And there's emotion. There's definitely an emotional core to it. And I definitely, was feeling things in a masculine, manly kind of way. I was definitely... they got me a few times. For sure. But man, for all of you who may have watched or had seen the San Diego Comic-Con stuff, let me know your thoughts. What did you think about some of the stuff that they showed? I know I was talking about it earlier, or a previous stream with Notslide, but yeah, like the reveal. Oh, Mojo, you don't watch trailers, so I guess you didn't see any of the trailers? Oh man, can you not talk about it, or you didn't see it? Oh no, I want to talk about it though. Oh, because of your anti-spoiler philosophy. But how does that apply to Yeah, teaser trailers from San Diego Comic-Con. How does that apply? Because I got to talk about that. I mean, I don't have to talk about it, but it'd be fun to talk about. Did you see those? Because they were pretty cool, gotta say. Again, we're just kind of picking out the lines in between the barrels, kind of making it a little more pronounced. Not an expert at this style of painting where I'm trying to bring out the details and bring out the feeling of reflectivity just with paint rather than using actual metallic paint. I guess I've been kind of obsessed with metallic for a very long time, trying to do it via paint as well as using non-metallic metal styles. I don't know. All of this around here, the where the eyes are on this thing, it's a little messy, I will admit. Mojo, I watched the Black Panther teaser. I caved, but that's it, dude. The Black Panther teaser, again, another instance of masculine emotional tears. They got me. And you know what? You can actually, this is not a spoiler, but you can check out on the official Marvel channel. They had the run-up to the reveal of the trailer. I don't know if you saw this, but basically they had Kevin Feige up there on stage talking about like the next few things going on with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he was like, now it's time to talk about Wakanda Forever or whatever, right? And then there's like that Mahenya, like not Lion King, but there was like the African music thing going on, like the throat singing or whatever. And then I thought they were playing the trailer, right? But it wasn't. It was they had these actual vocalists, you know, garbed in, you know, traditional African clothing and the robes, and they came out and they were just singing and drumming as they were walking through the audience, and I was like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, oh my god, they're doing it. They're doing this to me. How could they do this to me? I was supposed to be solid like a rock, but I'm cracking. And yeah, they're going through the crowd. It's this kind of like beautiful song that they're singing, and it's mournful. It's slightly mournful, of course, given everything that's happened with Chadwick Boseman. And then they make it onto the stage, and there's more singers, and they're singing, and yeah, then they show the trailer. But yeah, that whole opening part is on the YouTube channel, and it was really, really cool, really, really good. Namor, oh dude, so you watched the Black Panther teaser. Namor, so hyped for Namor, and they did an amazing job, and it was a really smart choice, I think, to sort of portray him as this kind of like Latin American, or rather Mesoamerican, Mayan culture. So cool. I love that. Very cool. I've always loved Namor as a character, even though he's kind of a dick and a prick. I've always enjoyed his character, so I'm looking forward to him, and I'm looking forward to what that means for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It kind of opens up a lot of doors for things to happen in the future, and it's gonna be exciting, I think. You know, I felt like, ooh, you know, there's going to be this power vacuum. No, that's not the right word. There's going to be, I'm going to miss Iron Man. I'm going to miss Cap, right? We're not going to have those characters. but some of the characters that they're going to be introducing over the next little while, I'm so excited to see them. I can't really say more. Okay. Mika, the Dragon Prince show is an animated show. I really enjoy it and I think you'd like it. It's fantasy kind of similar but not to Vox Machina in style. Excuse me, I burped. Okay, cool. Dragon Prince. I feel like I may have heard of that now that you're explaining a bit more of it, but I haven't seen it myself. Dragon Prince. Okay. Okay, let's fix up this area. Yeah, I'm behind on a lot of Netflix stuff, to be honest. I didn't watch Squid Game. That was like a big thing. Everyone was splooging over Squid Game. Didn't see that. There's so much stuff. And to be honest, I probably will never catch up on every single big thing that's on Netflix or these other services. I can't actually just keep up with all that stuff. I can't. But you know, I'll try and catch a few things here and there. And that's just like streaming services and Netflix and stuff, but like then there's like then there's anime that I gotta get caught up on too. Mojo, gotta check that out. The Wakanda stuff, or the singing. Yeah, it was really neat, dude. Really cool. Very excited about the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, it did strike me as a little what's the word? A little telling. It was telling that there was no Eternals, no mention of Eternals at all. Isn't that something? Like, wow. This is a huge, big budget movie. They were very confident about this movie going into it. Then it comes out, and it was like, whoa. They must not have expected the reception that they got, which is weird. It wasn't good, guys. And I was kind of wondering, what are they going to do? Are they going to acknowledge this thing? How are they going to continue the story? Because there was some plot threads. Are they just going to just forget it that it ever happened, and we'll just move on to other more interesting, successful Marvel stuff? What are we gonna do, guys? What's the strat here? And thus far, it seems like the strat is simply to ignore that it ever happened. Pretty nutty that we've gotten to that point. So yeah, I'm just fixing these miniatures and just making some adjustments to them. Nothing major, to be honest. Like right here, there's some resin that crept up, and I don't know, I'm too lazy to fix that. Whatever, let's just leave it alone. So yeah, over the weekend, I'll probably stream one time, Saturday or Sunday, play some Stray. I don't think I'll finish it. I'm not sure I'll finish it because, you know, I want to take my time, as I do. And then and then I'll do some other stuff. Got a lot of stuff behind the scenes I need to work on in terms of you know, doing some overlays for my channel, doing some more, I have some ideas for rewards and stuff. Gotta do all of that. And yeah, something, man. They definitely got me. God damn it, they got me. They got me. Yeah, I feel like once we kind of wrapped up the Infinity War, the Infinity Saga, I had my doubts. I was like, I don't know how good the rest of the MCU is gonna be after the Infinity War. The Spider-Man movies are always super solid. Shang-Chi I actually really liked. And let's not talk about Eternals. And I think that was the thing. I was kind of like, I don't know. Black Widow also was a movie, a Marvel movie, right? That was just released only on Disney Plus. But you should kind of regard it more as a movie than a Disney Plus kind of thing. And that was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if we really needed to have that story told, other than the fact that it was a way of introducing the character of Yelena Belova. But overall, Black Panther is the end of Phase 4. Yeah, they laid out the entire roadmap for the next few phases, didn't they? And I think they talked about Thunderbolts being the end of Phase 5. Is that what they said? I'm going to do some quick research regarding this model here, because I wonder if I could change up the color scheme here. Let's just see. I mean the decals. Let me see something. Phase 4 was kind of weird, but I'll chalk it up to COVID. That's definitely a factor in terms of like just getting the production done and all the logistics involved. I'm sure that was a big headache. But I think they also needed to kind of reestablish some new heroes, right? They needed to take this time, this initial phase, to sort of reestablish and introduce new heroes that you could get behind. And some of them took off, and some of them people really got behind, and others did not. But the thing about even in the very first phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was that they still laid the groundwork for what would ultimately become the Infinity War saga, right? Like in Captain America 1, they showed the Tesseract, which was one of the Infinity Stones, blah blah blah. And it's like between the Marvel movies and the Marvel TV shows, they're doing the same thing. They're still kind of laying down the groundwork for the big thing, right? And I don't know if we want to really fully discuss that. It was something that they discussed in the whole San Diego Comic-Con thing. If Mojo, you had watched the whole thing, you said you didn't watch any of the other trailers other than Black Panther, but did you at least see the timeline that they laid out, like, and the titles of all the movies in the next few phases? Because even then they sort of hinted at what we have coming up. Okay, it's Ace of Clubs. Let's just go with that, whatever. I was seeing, like, you have options here, but I think Metroid Chloe should have the Ace of Clubs, so let's just go with that. If I was making my own unique character, maybe I would make like a different one, but we'll just go with that. Okay, Mojo, you saw the timeline. So we know that the end game, so to speak, for the Marvel Cinematic Universe in terms of Phase 6 is going to be called, or rather not the phase itself, but the entire saga. If the previous saga was called the Infinity War Saga, right? This new saga they are calling the Multiverse Saga, right? And of course, between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, that seems pretty cut and dry that they were going into that stuff, right? So yeah, like they have been setting it up, I guess you could say. They've been kind of slowly setting that whole multiverse angle up between the TV shows and the movies, but yeah, it feels a little, I don't know, it feels a little harder to get the full shape of how that's going to be compared to before, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I'm excited. So Mojo, you're not too familiar with the comics, am I correct in saying that? So when I say something like Thunderbolts, that doesn't really mean anything to you. But what I will say though is that you should be excited, because that's pretty cool. Thunderbolts, Young Avengers, all of these things you should be excited for. Are you up to date on the TV shows as well? I'm not. I have not seen Ms. Marvel, but I'll probably get around to that. Seems important. They're really getting deep into the Marvel lore now. Yeah, they're really, it's interesting because they're drawing upon things that I would say happened within the last 10 to 12 years in the Marvel comics. They're getting into events and sagas that happened fairly recently with their own spin on it. They never truly just retell the events in the comics exactly like how they occurred in the comics, but they also toss in things from a long time ago as well, like from like the 80s or whatever. It's very cool. Very cool and fun. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look here. There's Maydroid Chloe. We have to put this decal on. Right there. So we gotta line that up. And how are we going to do that? Let's just make a big mess. No. Let's get this tray here and put this sponge over the tray. And we also need our tweezers, and we'll soak this baby up, this sponge. Soak this sponge with water. And then we'll put the decal on top and let the water soak into that until it gets loose. Mojo, you're caught up with all MCU content. Man, how come Disney Plus needs trophies? Then you could get a trophy for like trophy unlocked, all DC content, all MCU content watched. She-Hulk will be out next month. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that a lot. I'm not a big fan of She-Hulk. I don't think I have any of her comics, and I don't really know any of her stories, her big events or anything. But I love the character. Like, I just think she's really cool. Like, I love the way she looks, and I always enjoyed the covers for She-Hulk because she's just the covers for She-Hulk. It's just like a giant green, sexy woman, muscular woman, and I was like, yeah, I'm down with this. I like it. So, I think the show is going to be really good because they're focusing on the lawyer aspect of She-Hulk, and that seems to be one of the better eras of her comic. And I think it'll be fun. And they showed, ah, shit, this is wet. They showed Daredevil at the end. That's really cool. Looking forward to DD making an appearance. Not Slide, Digimon Survive is so good. It just came out, right? What kind of game is that? Is it an RPG, or is it like a free-to-play game? I have no idea. I just know that I've seen a lot of people talk about it because it's out. Please explain. Please tell me. I've also heard that the Digimon card game is really popular, and that, man, the Digimon models, I was just at the hobby store yesterday, and I saw the models. They look amazing. Some of these new Digimon models. Have you built any of those Not Slide? They look really cool. I'm like, god damn it. Between the games and then the card game and all of this stuff, I feel like the world is like is pushing me towards another thing to get into. Because if I really like the card game or the video game, then I'll be like, well, let's get some of the models to build. There we go. And now we just gotta manipulate this thing. And it doesn't want to cooperate. Super awesome. Where's this? Let me look at my reference real quick. Kind of goes somewhere here. Something like cat. Something like cat. Alright, and now we just dab, dab, dab. Yeah, there we go. Papa. Masculine women. Hey, you know what? Being muscular, it's not limited to masculinity or femininity. I am down with muscular She-Hulk, muscular women in general. They can push me around. I would be totally down for that. They can step on me. Not like been cracked on it. She-Hulk is also going to be wild. I think we get yellow suit. Yellow suit Daredevil. That would be sick. I feel like what are your guys' thoughts on Daredevil's outfits? Because it's like the Netflix series, it was okay. His getup was okay. In fact, I almost felt like his straight up ninja gear, like the black ninja gear, was preferable to me over the actual Daredevil getup. I almost like that one more. Not Slide, it's a visual novel tactics game? Shit. I thought it was gonna be just a Pokemon deal, but now you're telling me that there's a Digimon game out there that is tactics and it's a visual novel. Two gaming categories that I enjoy, but I haven't actually played all too much of lately. Too many games, guys. There's too many games. What the hell am I supposed to do? What the hell am I supposed to do? I need to frickin' beat Elden Ring. I need to beat Stray. Stray is not going to be too big of a deal. I'll finish that within the next 2 sessions. And I'm planning on buying Age of Mythology pretty soon. Spoilers. Looking forward to that. And horror? What? Horror? That's wild. This is very good. Damn. Damn. I'm gonna have to watch some stuff about this. Yeah, I've seen people talk about it. I've seen people streaming it on Twitch. People that I don't normally even follow because they play games. There's this one channel that I follow on Twitch that just broadcasts sumo wrestling, like legit live sumo wrestling events in Japan. And then I tuned in this morning and they're playing Digimon, and I'm like, whoa. Why is this guy playing Digimon? So yeah, Digimon, it hits with a broad range of people. It's kind of like Pokemon's for casuals. Pokemon is like the thing that everyone likes, but you kind of have to know. Digimon, it seems like the thing, like, if you know, you know. Mojo, Digimon better than Pokemon? You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. That's straight from Mojo. Mojo felt like a video game watching the first season. He was grinding for that legendary armor. And then he finally got it, and then it was like, meh. Do we like this armor? Ashwin's a big fan of Digimon. Digimon of Daredevil. I'd be interested in knowing his thoughts about his potential return. It's not even a potential return; it's confirmed. It's really cool. And Vincent D'Onofrio is also coming back as Kingpin. That's very exciting. I really enjoy Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. However, his return to the role in Hawkeye, it left something to be desired. He was kind of a joke character, I felt like. You know, Kingpin should be this massively intimidating character. Everyone is very scared, and not just because he's like a criminal boss man, but also because he's physically imposing. And I don't know, I didn't really get that. I wasn't really convinced of that aspect of the character in his appearance in Hawkeye. And it's led me to kind of have questions about Disney's commitment to violence. Like, how violent are we going to get in Disney stuff, right? But I feel like Daredevil's gonna, when we get the Daredevil season, because that's another thing, is that we're getting actual Daredevil, like the return of a Daredevil season. I'm very excited for that. Oh yeah, and I was just saying that Vincent D'Onofrio is back, but I also hope that all the other actors, the key actors from Daredevil, I hope that they all come back, including Foggy and that lady, I forget her name. She's pretty and cool. I hope they all come back. I hope so. Daredevil Season 3 was awesome. I haven't actually seen it, dude. It's crazy. What is wrong with me? Do you know what? I have an explanation. I have an excuse. I was so disenchanted with the Netflix stuff that I pretty much stopped. I liked Daredevil Season 1. I liked Daredevil Season 2. I watched Jessica Jones. I thought that was pretty good. I watched Luke Cage, and then I was like, kind of shaky on Luke Cage. And I pretty much fell off. I think those were the last ones I watched. I did not see Iron Fist. Okay, guys, I am a huge fan of Iron Fist, the character, the comic character, and there's a run on Iron Fist, which is absolutely amazing. If for Mojo, I don't know how interested you are in reading comics. I know you like the movies, but if you want to read a really great Iron Fist comic, pick up the Iron Fist trade paperback from the Matt Fraction era. That's the writer, Matt Fraction, and it's just great. It made me love the character, and he built up an entire like cosmology, like an entire world of Iron Fist, and there was other characters and a whole other thing. It was really, really cool. Anyways, so the Iron Fist show comes out, and I just had my doubts right from the start. I was not sold on the actor playing Iron Fist. He did not strike me as the guy. He didn't strike me as Danny, as being very Danny-like. And yeah, it doesn't seem like it was very good. And then there was what was it? No, there was the Defenders, right? And I stayed away from that. Defenders. It did not look very good. Mojo, the fighting was lackluster for a show about fighting. Yeah, super disappointing, man. Good lord. And especially like the fighting in Daredevil itself was so good, right? So what the hell? Okay, guys. There's a few more decals that I can try and add. If you look here, there's like these blue things, and those are actually intended to wrap around this gold stuff, these gold canisters, and these gold canisters then go on the inside of this vacuum R2-D2 thing. But I don't know if I want to do that because I'm lazy. And also these canisters go then inside here, and I don't think that's going to work out because I've added so much paint. I've added so much paint to this that it creates like an extra layer of depth into this, and they're not going to fit. It was already a fairly tight fit from the start. So I don't know, maybe I'll set that aside and I'll think about it. I don't know. Not sure about that, my friends. Let's put that back in the case at least. Mojo, you gotta watch Daredevil Season 3? Yeah, I should. How can I claim to be a Marvel fan and not watch Daredevil Season 3? I hear it's very good. But in my defense, I did watch a lot of YouTube clips of the fights, because I had heard that the fights in Season 3 are super awesome. So I ended up just Googling, just asked Google Sensei, just looked up a lot of the fights, and yeah, they're pretty awesome. So yeah. Oh shoot, I just realized that I need to finish this. I was working on this stuff here. We gotta finish that up. So let's do that. We're just, again, today is a day of making adjustments and doing some final tweaks to my models and all of that stuff. You guys know. You guys know. Daredevil Season 3. I'm so glad that we're getting more Daredevil. Cause yeah, with the whole Netflix thing, it seemed like Disney was just gonna ditch it, abandon it, you know? But they've obviously, with Spider-Man Multiverse, or whatever it was called, Spider-Man No Way Home, they did not abandon at least Daredevil. Vanilla! How are you, Vanilla? How's it going? Great stream yesterday. Great tunes over at Vanilla's stream. Always good music. And yeah. Just working on some stuff, tweaking, making adjustments. This model, I keep on saying I'm done, and then there's more to be done. There's always just something else that I gotta do on it. But, you know, whatever. One day I'll just get sick of it, and then I'll be actually done. And by the way, Vanilla, I mentioned to you previously that I was watching Stranger Things. I watched it all now, season 4, and I liked it a lot. I may have shed some tears. They got me. It was good. I liked it. The crappy thing though is that we're gonna have to wait anywhere from 2 years to, like, I don't know, 2.5 years for the next season. The hell? That's so long. And there's nothing that I can do about that. Like, when, say there's a movie, right? Like Dune is a good example where you're like, wow, I enjoyed Dune, but I'm gonna have to wait a couple years before the next one. So what am I gonna do? Maybe I'll just read the book. I can't even read the book of Stranger Things because there is no book. It's an original thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to read fan fiction or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to move on with my life. Vanilla, I think those last 2 episodes of 4 hours was too much. Oh, were they really? The last 2 episodes, were they really 2 hours long? Oh man, I didn't even know. I was just so, like, engaged. When a new season releases, I already forgot what happened before. Yeah, I actually didn't realize. So I totally forgot that 11 lost her powers at the end of season 3. So when they were talking about that, I was like, oh yeah, was that a thing? I forgot. That's why they need to have, like, a last time on Stranger Things. They gotta have a recap, or make like an animated series or something, just to keep people refreshed on the series. I don't know. Okay, let's get some more brown. Where's my bleached bone? I don't know if they're stretching this series too much. I think that they do have, like, an end game in mind. I feel like the writers / directors of the show, they were talking about that it was gonna be kind of like Harry Potter in a sense, where, like, they were gonna go through the years of their youth, and then that would be it. Like, they have that vision in mind. If they're able to actually achieve that is another question. I don't know, but I feel pretty good about the series and the direction of the series thus far. But yeah, I don't know. I felt really attached to the characters and Eddie, and yeah, even someone like Chrissy, was that her name? When they introduced Chrissy in the first episode or so, and then she has that interaction with Eddie at the start, I was like, oh, okay, like, I don't mind these characters. So we've got some new characters, that's neat. And then without spoiling anything, well, I guess I would spoil it, but some of these characters that I may have thought we were going to be long-term additions to the cast end up not being that way. that does kind of spoil the beans, but anyways, yeah. Vanilla, I'm not just against it, I'm just scared they mess it up, but it's going pretty well, so we'll see. Yeah, you know, that's just one of those things where I feel like a lot of long-running series, when it comes time to end things, they botch it. It's just happened too many times that I'm kind of bracing myself for it. I'm hoping for the best, but you never know. Yeah. Like Game of Thrones, when that ended, it was kind of like, ugh. Didn't really like that. I don't know, the directors slash writers, the Duffer Brothers, they seem like they know what they're doing, so hopefully it ends in a good spot. But you never know. Okay, we gotta add more black. Yeah, this looks really weird here, just around here, the resin, but I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to to do anything about it. I'll just leave it. And okay, so now we gotta slap on some snow. Gotta have fun with snow. And I want to add a bit more. Let's see. I need something as a palette. Now let's just use this. And let's get a crappy brush for the snow. Use this one here. Yeah, the main problem for me with Stranger Things is just the wait. Really, it really comes down to how long I have to wait. Gosh. At the same time, like, maybe taking all that time lets the writers and directors think about how to do a good job and sort of wrap things up in a way that's satisfying, because yeah, that's the big problem with a lot of other shows, is like when it comes to wrapping things up, they don't really have the same amount of care and attention to doing an amazing job. I don't know, I keep on thinking about Game of Thrones, really, and how that ended, and it was like, oh my god. Those guys, those two directors or writers or producers, they just kind of dropped it. Picking out some details. What else is good on Netflix, though? I have no idea. Like, what's the other thing that people are looking forward to on Netflix? Because it seems like Stranger Things is like the main thing, but you know, in terms of like compared to Disney, and they've got the Star Wars stuff, the Mandalorian, and the Marvel stuff, you got like a couple things to look forward to every year, or yeah, that keep you subbed. But I don't know about Netflix. What I really want, to be honest, what I really want is like something where I can watch classics, like old movies. Where can I watch like old black and white movies? I was kind of hoping Netflix would have old stuff like that on there, but they don't really. I don't know. Kind of like some of the older stuff. I don't even know if this is intended to be shaken, but oh, you know what? Okay, before we start applying this this blizzard snow stuff again, let's take a look at this. So this is something that I had bought yesterday. I talked about it earlier, but this is Vallejo Liquid Gold, and it's different from the other Vallejo paint that I bought. This is also from the same manufacturer, but this is an acrylic-based gold paint, very similar to other gold paints that I've used and bought in the past, and I like it. This is what I had used for Maydroid Chloe and painting this this gold vacuum. Well, I also used a bunch of other stuff, but primarily that was the main thing, and the results I'm pretty happy with. However, I've been doing a lot of research about gold paint and painting gold and stuff, and I had heard about this product here, Liquid Gold, from a YouTuber that paints a lot of Warhammer stuff. His name is Vince Venturella, and he had this video talking about this. This gold paint is actually alcohol based, so other paints like this stuff, it's water soluble. This is not. It's, you use alcohol to thin it and stuff and clean your brush. Alcohol, because you can't use water. If you use water, you will end up rusting this paint, because there is actually like not literal gold, but like there's actual like metallic flake particles in here. But I was having problems opening this thing. It has like a child seal on it. Okay, I think I got it. So let's see. Okay. It looks like it's separated, so we gotta shake this shit up. Let's shake it up. It looks like the gold is separated. Did I close it properly? Yeah, you can see the gold right here. It's all the metallic flakes have sunk to the bottom, so we want to shake this. And this is when one of those paint shaker things would come in handy. Should I put it? Oh no, I don't think that's a good idea. I was gonna put a ball in there. I bought a bunch of steel balls, which sounds completely ridiculous, but yes indeed. I bought a bunch of these, which I showed previously. Stainless steel paint mixers. Kind of like the thing that you might find in a paint spray can. I don't know if that's a good idea to put in here. But anyways, let's just shake it normally and see. But yeah, I mean, that's the fear with with any show that you really enjoy, is if they're gonna mess things up. It's kind of the risk you have to take. And so far, we have reason to believe that they've done a pretty decent job, with the exception of Season 2. I felt like Season 2 was the weakest in my opinion. But yeah, we'll see. Let's talk about it again in like 2 years or whatever, however long it takes, which is so sad to me, so ridiculous, but it's just how it's gotta be, I guess. I'd rather them take their time and do it right, rather than just pump it out and then it sucks. The big problem though is that this show involves kids, right? Like, or not kids, but teenagers, and they're already looking old, especially Will. Will used to be the scrawniest, littlest one out of all the kids, right? And now he's really kind of filling out and looking rather manly. And he has like a super deep voice too. But he still has this dorky haircut. Like, they all have the same haircuts from when they were like 10. Which doesn't really make sense to me. Like, you know, I get that they're the same characters, but like they can have different hairstyles as they get older. and Will in particular just always gets me because he looks like such a dork. He doesn't have to look that way.